What's up, my friends? My name is Josh. I'm your push coach, back with another fun little mini episode, if you will. Today, we're going to talk about niching down. And I laugh every time I say it. And here's why. Because everyone on the planet has been told over and over and over to niche down. It's like the most over-taught, but like most under-explained topic on the entire internet. You will see every marketing expert, every Instagram expert, every single social media messaging guru on the planet talking about why it's so important to niche down. But I swear to you, every single time I get on a call with one of my clients and I ask them about their niche, because I actually agree that it's incredibly important. But every time I ask someone, they're like, they give me either they don't know because they have just gone back and forth with so many different things, or they give me what they think is a niche and it's actually this like super, super vague thing. So let me give an example of what I hear a lot. This is similar to one that I hear a lot, which is basically like, I help busy moms get their energy and confidence back by healing from the inside out. And that, my friends, is not a niche. That would be a mission statement or even an elevator pitch, but that is not a niche. A niche, and the way I teach it, okay, it's something I call the double down effect, okay? And I'm literally doing a free workshop on this. So if you're interested in going through the full process with me, make sure go to joshcoates.com and look for that there. But essentially, I teach a double down process where what we need to do is, one, we need to double down on the result that we're giving. And then number two, we need to double down on who the person is we're helping get that result. So example, when you say busy mom, that is not double down. That is double vagued is what that is, because a busy mom is essentially every female, like 90% of women over the age of 25 are busy moms. So that is not niched down. That is what I would call like vagued up. like you accidentally went in the wrong direction with that, okay? And then same thing with like helping women find their energy, okay? That is not niched down. That is not even close to being niched down. That is vague upped. I'm making up new words today. You vague upped on your result, because energy, while it is technically a result that people want, it is a very intangible thing that most people are not using that exact word. Most people are looking for something very specific, such as weight loss, as that would be like the top level vagueness, if you will. And then we need to go niche down further into that result and how that result is specific to your audience based on who it is you serve. So when we go too vague with our niching, here's what happens. We end up putting out kind of just like super bland content that we think everyone will relate to, but really no one relates to it. I mean, I heard this years ago, and I've heard this repeated over and over and over. When we're talking to everyone, we're really not talking to anyone. And so the problem with that is, oh my God, especially if you're over on Instagram, if you're putting out vague content, you're just not even coming close to getting anybody's attention, because you're competing with so much good creative, so many reels, so many videos. So like the more vague it is, the less chance you stand. And then I'll also say, even over on Facebook, I have clients that are just absolutely killing it on Facebook right now by doing a double down on their niche. So when you don't do it right, your messaging is really bland. Almost no one really relates, and you're just praying to God that at some point you hit the right thing, okay? When you get the niching down properly, you start putting out really specific messages to really specific people who start raising their hand like crazy. So here's what I would ask you is like, would you rather have, 500 people on your page that the message could technically relate to, but they never actually respond? Or have 50 people that are raising their hand and literally asking for information? That's the difference between the double down niche. Is yes, we're getting yes, in theory, we are leaving some people out. But the people we're leaving out are people that were never commenting, never responding, never asking for more information. What does it matter? They've already left you out. Like, they've already left you out. So what does it matter if we leave them out? When we get deep enough with our messaging and our pain points. And here's my favorite analogy, okay? This will help you understand why niching down is so beneficial in so many ways. When I was a little kid, my grandpa, who was like a small town preacher in Southeast Missouri, he took me and my brother fishing. This was my first time to go fishing. And I was like, I don't know, 6-ish, kind of around that age. And I'll never forget, we go to this pond, and me and my brother are just catching fish every 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, it kind of becomes a competition. I had caught like 12 and he had caught like 15. And it was like a game. It was so much fun. I was like, fishing is great. So we go back home. And we had someone that we went to church with that lived kind of like out in the country and had like a pond. And he invited us to go fishing. I was like, well, yeah, I love fishing. I'm down. Let's go right now. So we go and we fish and we sit in silence for 5 hours to catch like 2 fish. And I was like, what in the world was this? This is not fishing. Like what? And he was like, this is normal. And I was like, what do you mean it's normal? I thought the point of fishing was just like catch a whole bunch of fish. And he goes, no. The point of fishing is to sit in peace and quiet and reflect and and I was like, well, then I hate fishing. I absolutely hate fishing. And so I asked my dad, I said, Dad, like, what's going on here? Like, which one of these is fishing? And my dad said, Josh, you must not have heard Grandpa say. The specific pond we went to was on private property from someone that your grandpa had known for years who lets him fish out there. And he keeps his pond stocked with trout. So as long as you show up, first of all, like with any type of bait that trout likes, you're going to catch a bunch, okay? But like there's so many fish, first of all, but second of all, they're all the same kind of fish that as long as you had the right bait for that specific fish, you're just going to catch fish all day. Says that pond that you went to with your buddy, that's not normal. I mean, like his pond was actually the norm. There's lots of different kinds of fish, okay? It's not stocked full. It's not like overflowing with fish, but there's there's less fish, 1, and 2, lots of different kinds. So depending on which bait you use, depends on which kind of fish is actually going to come your way. And this is one of the greatest marketing lessons in the world. If you are just out there throwing out random content to random people, you are essentially fishing in a pond with 50 different kinds of fish, and you either only have one kind of bait, which means you're working really hard to actually find the right fish. You're having to sit and wait. Or second, you're trying to develop 50 different kinds of bait to try to catch all the fish. Either one, it's either working slower or working 50 times harder. Okay. So what I teach with marketing and with niching down is if you can niche down to the specific type of fish you want to catch, now we know exactly who we're looking for to expand our audience to. We know exactly who we're looking for to engage with. We know exactly who we're looking to cater our content and our stories and everything we do. And now all of a sudden it's like fishing in my grandpa's friend's private pond. We have a pond full of the exact kind of fish we want to catch, and we have the bait to know exactly how to catch them. When you niche down properly, I'm telling you, marketing becomes so simple. And when you don't, or when you do it wrong, you're making it harder on yourself than what it needs to be. If you want to learn my exact process, you can go to joshcoates.com/double-down. Okay. joshcoates.com/double-down. I am doing a free live event this month in the month of April 2026. I know sometimes people listen to podcasts like a year later or whatever, but I'm going to keep that link active so that even if you hear this later on, we're essentially going to have the replay connected to that link so that you can go back and register for it. And we'll just have it as like a product that you can just go snag for free anytime you want. Okay. So joshcoates.com/double-down, whether you're joining us for the live workshop or this is in the future and you're just going to grab the free resource, I'm going to do a full walkthrough of what it looks like, go through how to do it right, what people are doing that's making it go wrong so that you can get specific and start building a really, really simple brand that content comes easier, conversations come faster, and sales come all the freaking time. All right. I love you all so much. Just a reminder before I log off, brand new book, 6 months to six figures. You can also get it at my website at joshcoats.com. You can get the paperback copy for free if you just pay for shipping. And then there's an option to upgrade to get the audiobook. All right. I love you so much. I believe in you so much. Please remember that everything you need is already on the inside, and all of the resources you'll ever need are right under your nose. Have an amazing day, and I will see you soon, friend.